Hey, everybody, thank you so much for coming to the firing pin. You can clap if you want to now. Thank you. Again, I'm out here running around Western New York. Why? Many reasons. One, because out here, it is very important that people understand that this is not Eastern New York. This is not North Country. This is not downstate. This is a different part of the state, and it does matter. We have a wonderful, diverse state with 62 separate counties. And what I've been talking about forever is the idea of course, localism. I want people to be able to do what they want, how they want, when they want. It does matter. It's important. One of those things is the Second Amendment. I spend a lot of time talking about the Second Amendment, and I do something that most people don't do. I will speak about the Second Amendment in cities in New York State. Most people won't do that. They'll just come out to places that are, red districts who love guns, and they'll talk about Second Amendment then. That's fine. I'm not mad at that. Good. I do it too. But I will also speak and defend the Second Amendment even in cities. Now, I do it in a different way. Most people say, well, you know what? It's the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. Hear that all the time. I get it. But in many cities today, people don't care. And the biggest one is New York right now. Though some of you may know the story of Dexter Taylor. Dexter Taylor was an engineer by trade, Brooklyn guy. He decided he was thinking, maybe what I should do is become a gunsmith. Not joking, is what he thought. So he actually purchased a bunch of gun parts. He purchased them legally with a credit card, online, not trying to hide anything, just purchased them. He kind of mess with them, see if he wanted to be a gunsmith or not. Well, the feds found out by checking out records and such, kicked in his door. This guy has no criminal record, nothing bad, didn't sell anything, nothing. Kicked in his door, took him in jail. Why? Ghost guns. Yes, Kathy Hochul's great chance at making illegal guns illegaler, because that's saving the world somehow. He got sentenced to 8 years. He's going to jail. And who did he harm? Nobody. Who did he sell a gun to? Nobody. Who did he rob? Nobody. Who did he lie to? Nobody. Yet he's going to jail. In fact, he's in prison right now. Maximum security prison, because in New York State, if it is a gun violation, it is by default violent. Where's his victim? There is none. He is now a violent felon in New York State. He did nothing wrong. That's New York State. Now, you might go, wait a minute, that's impossible. All he did was he had something as possession. That's not a crime. That's directly against the Second Amendment. His judge literally said in the courtroom, don't bring the Second Amendment into this courtroom. A judge said, do not bring the Bill of Rights into a courtroom. And her punishment for that was nothing. She supposedly is, I assume, she says she is now sworn to defend the Constitution. Isn't the Bill of Rights in the Constitution? Last time I checked it was. She said, don't bring it into my courtroom. This is what we're fighting right now. This is what we're fighting right now. So how do I change someone's opinion who's in a city who thinks that's a good idea? Guns are bad. Guns are evil. I don't talk about the Second Amendment. I talk about a firearm being an equalizer. That is a different way of looking at it. I talk about being an equalizer. If you are in trouble in a bad neighborhood, who gets beat up? Who gets harassed besides gangbangers? It's the vulnerable. It's the older person, or the woman who has 2 kids. It's that person. How does she defend herself? How does he defend himself? Firearm becomes an equalizer. And I go, wait a minute, that sounds interesting. Are people going to actually care about that? They will. They do care about that. But I go one step further. You've heard me say it. You've heard the most famous Maj Touré say it. Gun control is racist. And I know people who say, well, racist, don't. No. That's what I want to say. Why? Because people who lean right tend to already be pro-Second Amendment. It's people who lean left who tend to not be pro-Second Amendment. But what do the people on the left also think? Racism is bad, don't they? Talk about it all the time. How they care about black people so much, right? Kathy Hochul said that. Kathy Hochul told me more than once. She cares about black people. Going to teach black kids to swim. Remember that one? How black kids don't know about computers. Remember that? Cares about black people. Here's what I didn't tell you. Dexter Taylor, black. She put Dexter Taylor in jail with her new laws. Worse, Dexter Taylor's the father of a teenage girl who is now fatherless. Don't always talk about the black family not having a father in the family. Isn't that what they always talk about? Well, she just made sure another one's gone. This is what Second Amendment rights matters. This is why these laws are dumb. This is why they're not helpful. If you harm somebody with a firearm, you should be punished. You made a victim. I get that completely. But if you have a firearm to defend yourself, if If you have a firearm because it's your right, how is it a crime? In New York State, it is. In New York State, the Second Amendment's the second suggestion. Not the Second Amendment. It's unacceptable. So what can someone do? You might hear, well, wait a minute, Larry, we have to fight. I hear it all the time. Fight. What does fight mean? Does fight mean talk trash? I guess so. Because there is nothing right now happening in New York State that is going to stop or slow down any gun laws. Nothing. There's no movement. Nothing's in the Senate. Nothing's in the Assembly. Nothing. What should a governor do? When you become governor, a guy like me, when I become governor, one of the first things I will do is do what's called a blanket pardon. I will say any possession charge for a firearm, any possession charge is by default, because of the First Amendment, pardoned automatically. It's not a crime. It is pardoned automatically. Every possession crime. Wait a minute, what if someone robs somebody? That's robbery. That's crime. What if someone steals a gun? That's stealing. It's crime. Or if someone shoots somebody? That's murder. It's a crime. Yes. Having a piece of plastic or a piece of metal or a piece of anything, having that is not a crime. That will go away immediately. What will happen? As soon as that happens, all the DAs, all the prosecutors are like, wait a minute, we put tons of black people in jail because of that. We love putting black people in jail. I know. I get it. I watched you do it. I understand. But then you say, I miss you love black people. I get it. I understand. So what are you going to do? That will immediately change New York State's concept. And we will start talking about real firearms laws again. And we have to. We have to. Am I going to be able to get the cities in New York State to all of a sudden love guns? No. That's an unrealistic goal. Not going to happen. Can I get the people in the cities to say, whatever, you do you? Yes, I can. 100%. Yes, that is a doable goal. That's one thing I want to do. I want to allow you, if you want to own a firearm, you may. It's not a requirement. If you're afraid of firearms, I don't mind. You do you. I'm not mad at you if you don't want one. All good. But why would you stop someone else from deciding to defend themselves? I tell a story often. People say, Larry, you're a libertarian. Yes, that means you should be able to do you. There was a woman I met years ago when I was a teacher, and she was 100% pacifist. And she said, Larry, I would never harm anybody no matter what. I would never do it. I'm a pacifist. Violence is never the answer. I said, okay, I get it, whatever. And one other teacher said, well, what about if you were I'm on YouTube, so I'm going to say, being forced to do something you don't want to do with a male. You understand what I'm trying to say? I don't want to say the word because you're being forced to do something you want to do with a male. And she said, I would talk my way out of it. I've been in that situation before, or I'd rather let it happen to me than actually harm somebody. That's what she said. So my response was, okay, I get where you are. Would you stop somebody else from putting a bullet in that guy? She said, no. I said, we're okay then. We're okay then. Then we're okay. You live your values, I'll live mine. How about that? You live your values, I'll live mine. As long as you wouldn't stop somebody from saying, no, I don't accept that outcome, and I'm going to put somebody down, I think that's the outcome, fine. If you choose in your values that you must accept that outcome, I accept. It's your life, you own your life. That's okay, you do you. That's what libertarianism is about. It's about volunteerism. The Second Amendment is about you deciding to defend yourself in the way that you decide. The piece I'll bring up also, the Second Amendment isn't about guns. It's about arms. So if you want to defend yourself with nunchucks, okay, that'd be funny. If you do that, please YouTube it. That'd be amazing. So if you want to, you can, please do so. But that's still a way of defending yourself. If you want to defend yourself with words or weapons or whatever it is, that's up to you. You have a right to defend yourself. In New York State, you don't. They put you in jail for defending yourself. They arrest you for defending yourself. That has to change. And a governor has to say that. But they don't. They don't. What the Democrat will tell you, always the same thing. Guns are evil, guns are bad, more laws will fix it. If we have enough laws, eventually gun crime goes away, and eventually crime goes away. If we just magically have enough gun laws. That's what she always says. Yet it never stops. The right just goes, oh, I'm Republican. Well, Second Amendment's awesome. How are you going to fix it? Nothing. I'm just going to say it. Are you going to have any rules, laws, changes? No, I'm just going to say it. That's Republicans. So Republicans will say nothing. Well, will say something but do nothing. Democrats will actively attack. I will make actual change. I'm the one who's actually talking about how to fix it, how to support you defending yourself in this state. Where other states already can, here you can't. Yes, somehow we still have crime here. Somehow people are so upset. I'm trying to fix this. I hope you guys see that I care. It does matter. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. Any questions or comments about what I said or what I was thinking about doing? I'm happy to hear any questions or comments, or about the campaign as a whole. If anyone has a question or comment, any?
I've seen a lot of social media.
Yes, we are trying our best to put more and more social media out there because it's the way we can get it forward, right? For those of you who want to make the campaign move forward, mainstream media can be hard for independents, right? If you're a Democrat or Republican, all you have to do is go, hi, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and people give you press. That's how it works. When you're independent, not so much. It's harder for us to get it. How do we get it? We get it because the social media becomes more popular, so it forces the media to pick us up. Now, some people might say, does regular media really matter? It does, because the people who watch legacy media, they vote. We need votes, right? We need votes. This actually, believe it or not, is an actual win. This is a winnable campaign. I'm not joking. How is it winnable? I brought up before. It's matching funds. Matching funds makes this a winnable campaign. Now, you might ask, wait a minute, really? Do you guys know how Mamdani won in New York City? Mamdani won in New York City because New York City has matching funds, 8-1. New York City gave Mamdani $12 million. I'm not joking. New York City gave Mamdani $12 million. Of course he won. If I get matching funds, they'll give me at least $3 million. They might give me up to $18 million. If they give me $18 million, I'm the next governor of New York. I'm not joking. This is a winnable race with matching funds. So this hasn't happened before. Larry, why didn't you do it in 2018? Didn't exist. Why didn't you do it in 2022? Didn't exist. This is brand new. That's how Mamdani wins now. Didn't exist before. Now it exists. He took advantage of it. Well done for him. I will too. So while I'm talking trash, as I always do, this is an actual winnable race. I have to raise $500,000 from 5,000 New Yorkers, an average of $100 per person. If I can average $100 per person and get 5,000 people to give me money, average of some give me $5, $200, whatever. If it averages $100, if that happens, I get $3 million, and then ongoing matching 6-1 every dollar I get. I raise another $3 million. That's another $18 million. All of a sudden, that comes in. That becomes a winnable race. Imagine what I've done. I'm already polling at about 8% already. 8% is like how I start. 2018, I started at 0. I started at 0 in 2018. Now I'm starting at 8. Big difference. Big difference. And a three-way race, 35 to 40% to win.
You're wiser.
I'm sorry?
You're wiser.
I'm wise and better looking. I'm both wiser and better looking now. True. Both of those things are true. Yes, I'm both wiser and better looking now. So I got a better shot. I've actually learned. I've got my butt kicked in court enough times to know how to fight in court now. I learned that lesson the hard way. So yes. So that's what I'm trying to do. So thank you for that. Yes, if people can help out on social media, please do so. It does matter tremendously. And any other questions or comments?
I believe we could have some on social media.
Oh, do we have any? Please let me know.
Let me read it. Oh, wow. Okay, we have a few.
We have a few. Okay, go ahead.
Let me found. Looking forward to seeing the M50. Not that people let you do it properly.
Okay. Someone's teasing me on my firearms. Okay, for those of you the people teasing me on the firearms, did he say M50?
I believe so.
It's an M2. It's not an M50. He means 50 cal. It's actually an M2, so he's wrong on that. The M2 is 50 cal. It's an older version. It actually came out in, I think, 1920. Not mistaken. I know this because I used to work in an armory. So I was in the Marine Corps, worked in an armory. We had the Maud Deuce, as we called it. The M2 was called the Maud Deuce in the Marine Corps. We had that. We had M60. We had the SAW, which I don't know if they use anymore in the Marine Corps. M16s, which now they use the M4s. So I'm a bit older, so we had the weapons from there. We all used the Beretta 9mm, which, by the way, is the weapon on a new shirt. We have a new shirt out, by the way. You guys seen the shirt? It says, the shirt says, it's not a right, it's a right, not a suggestion. And it is a picture of a Beretta on New York State. And I use that because when I was in the Armory, that was the standard issue weapon, was the Beretta. So yes, the 9mm.
We also have the beautiful hashtag Free Dexter Taylor.
And Free Dexter Taylor, absolutely, of course. Guys, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate it. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.